Our next open reader ate dinner tonight with Alan Moore and myself at the house of Nan King, where he had 4 pot stickers with peanut butter sauce, 2 bowls of shrimp wonton soup, crispy chicken, sesame beef and sesame chicken with rice. Here he is, after a full meal, the unforgettable Alan Cohen.
One of my favorite poets right now is Hafiz. Hafiz is a Persian poet about 100 years after Rumi, who many of you have heard of, and around the same time as Chaucer. And I feel like he is one of the supreme poets of all time. So I'll read you a couple of pieces by him. Beautiful empty pages. What kind of work can I do in this world? Who would be kind enough to hire an old holy bum? One with a great reputation for loving the charms of the lawless and the wild artists and the lewd. Maybe I could become a poet. Maybe the beloved will make my love so pure that he will come to sit upon all my beautiful empty pages. And when you come to look at them, he might kick you with his beautiful divine foot. And another, your beautiful parched holy mouth. A poet is someone who can pour light into a spoon, then raise it to nourish your beautiful parched holy mouth. And one other short one. Tripping over joy. What is the difference between your experience of existence and that of a saint? The saint knows that the spiritual path is a sublime chess game with God, and that the beloved has just made such a fantastic move that the saint is now continually tripping over joy and bursting out in laughter and saying, I surrender. Whereas, my dear, I am afraid you still think you have 1,000 serious moves. Okay, now for something of my own. Lipo in the suburbs. Actually, Lipo in the burbs. Yes, I am Lipo, wandering in exile, yearning for a lost and forgotten past. I turn to books of the spirit, but I hear only whispers from the deep. I wait for the leaves to fall from the branches of sidewalk trees. It is already late October, but they are only beginning to turn into flames, flutter to the asphalt and disappear before the thunderous winds of leaf blowers. The blackbirds, with their shining black feathers and needle beaks, wait for a cookie crumb to fall from a sidewalk table. In the parking lot in front of the golf and tennis shop, I find a penny glittering, beaten and bent by the tires of SUVs. Last night, I watched a polar bear dying of starvation as the melting of the Arctic glaciers breaks up the ice bridges to its hunting fields. I heard this morning that Arafat and Barack stared at each other across the table without speaking. At least they could have begun by cursing each other's mother, then hugged and said, I'm sorry, as we teach our preschoolers when they push, whack, or bite each other. But they come from schools of righteous indignation. Insiders are making fortunes as stocks drop, betting on the future spread of its losses between today's highs and a future low. Chevron and Texaco are merging into a vast black pool of profits, and I can't even find a hut to rent as greed slithers into every room. My friends have deserted me behind their fastidious walled lives. Neither love nor friendship can withstand the barrage of economics and dogma. I have taken all the elixirs, and though I have been immersed in the unity of it all, I am swimming in the icy waters with the polar bear. Yes, I am Li Po, wandering in exile, yearning for a lost and forgotten past. The world that comes between us. The storm is past, seagulls flock over my valley home. Eagles and condors are returning from oblivion. As we approach the millennium, our sins stand against us, mountainous obstacles to the continuation of history. We despair for ourselves, but especially for our children. The violence we fought against in war and within our own souls keeps rising all around us. The true and total evolution of compassion still evades us as a dream fades in the hard light of day. The transformative power of love equalizes on an infernal scale with the rampages of evil. How we push forward moment to moment, remembering the seam of the image, recreating the whole ideal garment again. How to lift the child up, how to soar to the unity of mind and body, of being to being, to fly without mind change, yet recreate, replenish, yes, resurrect the world with an engaged love. But this is not just a personal moment, it is a public resurrection, a restructuring of our world with each act, public and private, together and alone. We cannot rise upon the bones of war, the fire of hatred, the rubble of anger, the bruised bodies of our children. We must rise in the body reborn, encircling and lifting the lens that redirects the light upon each shard of the broken chalice of our dreams, bodies, families, and histories.
Nice.